Hello and welcome to Binge. I'm Alex Jones.
And I'm Harry Judd.
And we are going to help you find the best things to watch, to read, or listen to over the summer.
Yeah, we've done all the homework, so you guys don't have to.
Now, this is our mini-series for the summer, and we are bringing you the best of our guests so far.
Today, it's top hidden gems.
We watched a film called A Man Called Otto, which stars Tom Hanks. And really, it's a film about loneliness, and it's an exploration into human emotion, but it's very calm and very serene, and it is just lovely. I cried buckets.
Did you?
Yeah, because A Man Called Otto is about this man called Otto, obviously, who's lost his wife. So it looks at grief, and it looks at what's left when your life partner has suddenly died. Mm-hmm. And he nearly does something very dramatic, but I won't spoil it.
Yeah.
But he's pulled back from the edge by a young family that moves in opposite. And they're really fun and really chaotic, and they turn his life around. And we both absolutely loved watching this.
Oh, that sounds nice. So that might be one for me and Izzy then.
Definitely.
Okay.
Can't recommend that enough.
Nice.
What about you?
So, I was invited to the screening of Billy Monger's new documentary that he's done for Comic Relief.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Is it a challenge this year?
It is. So, as you know, he did one, I think, about 4 years ago. And this time, you know, as you'd imagine, they've stepped it up. Billy takes on the Ironman in Hawaii, the Kona Ironman, which is one of, if not the most brutal Ironman. So an Ironman, Al, is a 2.4 mile swim, a 112 mile bike ride, and then a marathon, which is a 26.2 mile run. And bear in mind, in Kona, you are dealing with currents, you're dealing with winds, extreme heat. It is one of the most brutal Ironmans you can take part in.
Wow. I mean, he is a superstar, Billy Monger.
Yeah.
You know, he raised so much money the last time he did one of these challenges, and that looked really hard.
This is next level. This is next level. It's incredible. So basically, and it's the first time ever that someone's taken on a Comic Relief challenge where he's dedicated an entire year to the training, because it is such a serious undertaking.
Wow. Should we probably say as well, you know, for people maybe who don't know who Billy Monger is?
Yes, exactly. So Billy was a British racing driver who raced in British Formula 4. He sadly had a very bad accident and had to have both legs amputated. But since that adversity has come back and achieved amazing things. Obviously, you spoke about his challenge in 2020, I think it was, Comic Relief. I did race across the world with him, which was hugely challenging for him physically, and got to know him doing that. And he is just the most lovely guy, with his sister Bonnie. And so, yeah, I was asked to go along to the screening and do a Q&A with him afterwards, which was an honour to be asked. And yeah, it's the most moving documentary. You really see the highs and lows of what Billy has to go through training for this Ironman, and obviously the obstacles he has with his prosthetics, and, you know, the physical pain and the mental, you know, pain that he goes through to try and achieve this challenge. The amazing support that his family gives. It's very moving. There's another, you can digress into a story about something his dad goes through as well. And yeah, it's a really great watch. And also, not only is he doing this Ironman challenge, he's also going for the world record for a double amputee.
Joining us now is the voice that wakes up the nation on Capital Breakfast and lights up our screens on This Morning. It's Sian Welby. Hi, Sian.
Hi, guys. Well, have you heard about this Telepathy tapes?
Yes.
We have, yeah. We've had another guest recommend it.
Yeah, lots of people. I think we've had more than one guest recommend it. Lots of people seem to like this.
I just think, do you know what I think will happen where you might end up bothering? She's recorded all of these tapes that she's made into a podcast. I think Netflix or Disney, somebody will buy this and make it like a documentary, because it does feel on the cusp of being big. I think probably when you've had guests on, they've been quite ahead of, like, because it only came out, I think, either the start of this year or like December last year.
Remind us what it is, Sian.
Well, it's quite controversial talking about it because it sounds quite unbelievable. However, I would say from listening to it, I've got no reason not to believe any of these people. And I do. They're normal families, they're teachers, all reporting the same thing, that when they've been around, say if it's a teacher teaching or a parent with a child who is non-verbal autistic, they've noticed that they do have other ways to communicate. And one of the things they look at is telepathy. So obviously in a scientific world where things have to be proven and scientific experiments have to be done in such a way, they're up against trying to prove it. Despite teachers reporting about this for years and parents doing tests where, you know, they've videoed their child in one room, they're in another. They might be reading a book and the child can read exactly what they're looking at. And it sounds unbelievable, but when you hear enough normal people saying it and going, oh, you know, we thought it was just in our family, or we just thought it was us. And then we've got chatting to other families and it seems there's similar themes and they're saying the same stuff. I don't think it can be ignored, because I think, why would these people, what incentive do they have to lie or make it up?
It was Angela Scanlon that recommended this as well. She'd listened to it. That is not what I expected you to say.
No,
I don't think Angela explained that at all.
No, she didn't. That's not what I got from her explanation.
But it's fascinating. All I would say is maybe a bit like a lot of these things, it's like if the more you stick with it, every episode, I sort of feel like I've learned a bit more and I'm going, wow. And I do feel genuinely like, okay, I presume they're going to have to start taking these claims seriously at some point, because too many people are saying the same thing.
Joining us now is a restaurateur and broadcaster who is following in the legendary footsteps of his father, the very dear Terry Wogan. It's the wonderful Mark Wogan. Should we do hidden gems? Because you've got something here. I've got it written down. Wayne.
Oh my God.
I mean, it sounds like the worst thing ever.
No,
Wayne.
it is. Wayne is phenomenal.
What's it on? What is it?
So I think you can now only watch it on YouTube, or maybe it was originally on Star.
Okay.
And it is, when you start watching it, you think, oh, this is a sort of rite of passage teen thing. It is so funny, so dark. Every single character in it is brilliant and brilliantly written. There isn't a duff character in it. And I think it came about when Google started making, dramas. Mm-hmm. And then I think one day they were all sitting on their bean bags and they just went, oh, we're not going to do this anymore. So it was never made. And nobody's picked it up for another season. I promise you, watch it. It just is magical and
I
funny.
have intel that you can actually watch it on Amazon Prime.
Can you?
Yes.
You can watch it on Amazon Prime.
So is Wayne the main character then,
Yeah.
presumably?
It's about this kid, Wayne, who's a bit of a sort of rebel.
Okay.
And it follows his sort of journey over a period of time. It is so funny. There's characters in it who are in it for sort of 5 minutes who are brilliant, and then they just disappear and they're gone.
Really?
Everything is so well written and put together. It is genius.
Joining us now is an award-winning screenwriter and author. She's truly a storytelling icon. Please welcome Abi Morgan. What have you watched recently and enjoyed? Give us a flavour of who you are, kind of when you're away from your own writing desk and watching TV and you're looking for something entertaining.
Do you know, I always feel like I'm quite schizophrenic as a writer. People will often say to me, oh, God, you like so many different things. And I'm a little bit like that in terms of my watch list. So what have I loved at the moment? Black Dove's amazing cast, elegant, Ben Whishaw, anything with Ben Whishaw. He brings a heartbeat to any show. Keira Knightley, so beautiful to see her transition into TV.
And hasn't aged.
Has not aged, and my God,
She looks
that
the
hair.
same age as
I just want
Love Actually.
to like sit on the sofa and just brush her hair. She's so, but also she's just smart, super smart. And then Sarah Lancashire, who, I was watching thinking, God, I love you so much. You're such an amazing actress. I really hope I get to. And then I thought, oh my God, I wrote my first thing and she was the lead, and I'd forgotten because she was so different in this. So I love her. So I really enjoy that. I love espionage stuff. So I'm big on that. I just saw The Agency, which is the remake of The Bureau, which is a French show with Michael Fassbender. Mm-hmm. Fantastic actor. Again, I think we're in this really exciting time in television. It's been happening for the last 10 years, but that transition of film actors into TV is so great.
And what's that on? The Bureau?
The Agency is on Paramount, And Black Doves is on Netflix. Netflix. So that's my kind of slightly more highbrow. I want to say I love Wolf Hall. I've tried with Wolf Hall. It's so smart and so intelligent. And I really love Mark Rylance in it, but I have to Google every single character. I got my Cromwells mixed up, and I thought, I'm sure we're going to have a revolution at some point. And yeah, got that all mixed up. But so that I have that, and then I have the kind of comedy pool, which is I really just enjoyed Nobody Wants This, which was just fun and joyful and just romantic, and I love a bit of escapism. So anything with a love story. I mean, from the lowbrow trash, I will watch, and I will even scroll through for the romantic beats.
But everybody needs a bit of Nobody Wants This.
Well, also for me, Nobody Wants This was actually laugh out loud.
Oh, it's
laugh out loud.
So brilliant.
Whereas
funny.
often like rom-coms, they're just really enjoyable and you're smiling, you're watching. It's a cozy watch. Whereas Nobody Wants This, I was genuinely laughing out loud. It
reminded me I had a sense of humour, because I spent a lot of time going, why am I not laughing? And yet everyone's finding this funny.
Yeah. You say you've mentioned a programme. I think it's a programme. Somebody Somewhere.
Yeah, gorgeous. So it's Bridget Everett. It's American show. It's about a woman in her 40s called Sam who goes back to Kansas, to her hometown, to look after her dying sister. Doesn't sound great, I know. But she reconnects with someone from her school. And it's basically about kind of small town living. It's about a kind of group of oddballs who find each other. It's totally charming. I think it's on its third, fourth series now.
Where is that then?
It's an HBO show.
That's a series, is it?
It's a series, yeah. It's a series.
now.
And it's totally joyful. It's got singing. There's a choir that they're part of. She's got the most amazing voice, Bridget Everett. And it's sort of based loosely on her life story. And it's just that very indie, off the wall comedy, which I love. It's the kind of, in a way, I think that's also what's happened with telly, because we've had this incredible golden age where streamers have pumped so much money. A lot of those shows that would have probably originated in the the movie houses have all changed. They've kind of moved into television. So there's that, I think that sort of falls into that bracket. And in a way, not unlike Nobody Wants This, which again is a kind of rom-com, which in another life would have been a single film.
Yeah, I think you can watch it as well on Apple TV, which is always good to know, isn't it? Joining us now is an awesome actor. You'll know him from the hit series Fallout, Succession, and the Marvel movie Spider-Man Homecoming. He's so well loved that there's even an appreciation thread about him on Reddit. Today, his brain has been officially switched to tell us all about playing Dylan in season 2 of Severance on Apple TV+. It is, of course, the brilliant Zach Cherry.
I'm mostly a comedy podcast guy. My favorite podcast is this podcast called Doughboys, where they review chain restaurants in the States.
That sounds amazing.
It's just two comedians who love like shitty food, basically, and
like Nando's and stuff.
they have
American ones as well, like Wendy's,
McDonald's, Burger King, but they'll do like
In-N-Out Burger.
Yep, In-N-Out
But
Burger.
In-N-Out Burger is very good.
Yeah,
It is. Sometimes
I
it
had
is
one of
good.
those.
They do a few that they like, but it's just two comedians who are very funny and have a bit of a. When I was told about the show, I was told it was sort of like Roger and Ebert, but like, or not Roger and Ebert. That's one guy. See, there's the jet lag. That's the jet lag. Siskel and Ebert.
We forgive you.
They have this sort of like contentious frenemy type relationship.
Yeah.
So these guys on this show have a little bit of that going on, and that's my favorite one for sure.
Okay,
So that's
that sounds
called,
good.
what's that called again? Sorry,
Doughboys. My
Doughboys.
husband would absolutely love that. He thinks he's a bit of a foodie, but actually he loves junk food as well.
And it's something everyone can relate to. Like everyone eats at chain restaurants, occasionally. It's like it's a great format for them.
Yeah, if I let him go to Five Guys, that's a really good day.
Five Guys.
Five Guys is good.
It's the one, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but too much chips, I feel.
Too much chips.
They do fill that bag up.
I'm
Sounds
sorry.
like you could be a guest on this podcast, Al.
Well, I'm just saying they should be a treat, but there's so many of them, it becomes a chore. And that's where the balance is wrong.
That's, I think that a little bit is a trick they do, because they give you the cup, but then they put it in a bag and put more in the bag.
Right.
Yeah.
So you feel like it's like a ton, even if it maybe isn't, but it is. It is a lot. But
Yeah.
I think you also feel like it's more because they do that little.
We've learned
cup
to
and
order
bag
one
trick.
portion
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We've sorted that out.
Yeah.
So Doughboys, what other sorts of podcasts then?
For me, it really is a lot of comedy podcasts. Comedy Bang Bang is one I love. That's like an improv comedy podcast. Another one I love is called Hollywood Handbook, which is two comedians who sort of like pretend like they're these like real Hollywood insider types, but really
Are they just characters? Or-
yeah, they sort of play characters. So that's like really the world I kind of love, is just like comedians doing dumb ideas.